We declared war on cancer in 1971, not figuratively. The United States National Cancer Act was signed into law by Richard Nixon with a direct purpose: to do for cancer what the space program had done for the moon landing. The idea was simple: throw enough money, enough scientists, and enough national determination at the problem, and eventually cancer would surrender. The reasoning seemed logical. Humans had just reached the moon. Surely defeating a disease inside the human body would be easier. But more than 50 years later, cancer remains one of humanity's greatest challenges. Today, cancer kills roughly 10 million people every year globally. It remains the second leading cause of death worldwide. And although treatments have improved dramatically, the word cure still comes with major qualifications. So what happened? Was the science wrong? Were researchers incompetent? Did we simply not spend enough money? The answer is much more complicated. Cancer research has received hundreds of billions of dollars worldwide. So the problem is not simply a lack of resources. The real problem is that cancer is not a single enemy. When people say cancer, they are actually talking about hundreds of different diseases. Each one behaves differently. Each one grows differently. Each one responds differently to treatment. A treatment that works against one cancer may fail completely against another. To understand why cancer is so difficult, we first have to understand what cancer actually is. Your body is made of trillions of cells every second. Millions of cells divide, replace old cells, and repair damage. This process is controlled by a complex system of instructions inside your DNA. But sometimes those instructions become damaged. When enough mistakes accumulate, a cell can begin ignoring the rules. Instead of stopping, it keeps dividing. Instead of dying when it should, it finds ways to survive. And instead of staying where it belongs, it can invade other parts of the body. This process is called metastasis, and it is one of the biggest reasons cancer becomes deadly. The enemy is not just growing, the enemy is adapting. And this is where cancer becomes unlike many other problems humans have solved. Because cancer is not an outside invader, it is made from us. Cancer is not a foreign enemy attacking the body. It is a normal part of us that has changed into something dangerous. And that creates the biggest challenge in cancer treatment. How do you destroy the enemy when the enemy is made from your own cells? Traditional treatments like chemotherapy attack rapidly dividing cells. But cancer cells are not the only cells in the body that divide quickly. Hair cells, digestive cells, and other important tissues can also be affected. This is why many cancer treatments can be powerful, but also extremely difficult for patients. But cancer has another dangerous ability. It can evolve. Every time cancer cells multiply, small genetic changes can happen. Some of those changes make cancer stronger against treatment. Imagine fighting an enemy that changes its armor every time you attack. That is what doctors are often fighting inside the human body. Another reason cancer is difficult is because it can hide from our immune system. Your immune system is designed to recognize and destroy threats. But cancer cells can send signals that make them appear harmless. They can basically convince the body's defenses to leave them alone. Scientists realize that instead of only attacking cancer, maybe we could teach the body to fight it. This idea created one of the biggest breakthroughs in modern cancer research: immunotherapy. Immunotherapy helps the immune system recognize cancer and attack it. For some patients, this has created results that scientists once thought were impossible. Some cancers that were once considered almost impossible to treat can now be controlled for years. But even these breakthroughs are not a universal cure, because cancer is not one problem waiting for one solution. It is thousands of different problems happening in different bodies. A treatment that saves one person may not work for another. This is why personalized medicine has become one of the most important areas of research. Instead of treating every cancer the same, doctors are learning to target the specific weaknesses of each tumor. Technology is changing cancer research faster than ever before. Artificial intelligence can now analyze enormous amounts of medical data. Scientists hope AI can discover patterns humans may never notice. Gene editing technologies are also opening new possibilities. The goal is not just to attack cancer after it appears. The future may be finding cancer earlier, before it becomes dangerous. Because the earlier cancer is found, the better the chances of stopping it. So will humans ever completely cure cancer? The answer depends on what we mean by cure. Some cancers may one day become completely preventable. Others may become manageable conditions people live with for decades. Just like many diseases that were once deadly are now controlled. But defeating cancer requires understanding something incredibly complex: life itself. Cancer exists because the same processes that create life can sometimes go wrong. The same ability that allows our bodies to grow and repair themselves can become dangerous. That is why cancer has challenged humanity for so long. Not because scientists failed, not because humanity lacked determination, but because cancer is one of the most complicated problems nature has ever created. Every discovery brings us closer. Every breakthrough gives more people more time. And every year, the future becomes a little more hopeful. The war on cancer is not over. But unlike 1971, today we understand the enemy far better. The question is no longer if we can fight cancer. The question is how far science can take us. Because the cure for cancer may not be one single discovery. It may be thousands of discoveries combined into one of humanity's greatest victories.